Hello, this is Onyx Tarot Guide, and today I'm going to be doing a tarot deck card review. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Gold Foil Tarot deck, which is a tarot deck that I actually was gifted, and the person got it off of Amazon. So I have seen these reflective, cool tarot decks quite a bit, but I've never, purchased one for myself. So I'm going to go ahead and take you through this deck, this box, the book, and it is in my Amazon list because I tag everything that I review here, so you guys can always feel free to check that out. But hit the like button, subscribe, and here we go. Okay, so starting with the box, this is the box. I do actually like how thick the box is. This is, of course, the Gold Foil Tarot, and like I said, I really do like the reflective decks. If you open this box, okay, it says, let's share the tarot world happily, okay? It doesn't really have like an author that I can see on here, but, that's, just kind of what happens when you find decks online. And like I said, I just added to my collection. I use it a little bit on my main channel recently. And here's a book. So the key to the tarot. So, the thing about, like I said, the Amazon decks that you may find, they could be hit or miss. I am just a much more, honestly, with how many card decks I have, I am probably the most simple person ever when it comes to these things. So I like the simple things. I like that you guys can look and you can say, oh, I'm new at tarot, I want to learn tarot, I'm just learning, and you can look and you don't have to look for, keywords like this. You can actually find the picture. Oh, this is the Ace of Cups, this is the Two of Cups, this is the Suit of Cups, right? The Two of Swords indicates a conflict with no clear resolution. It may also represent a challenging decision. So this is good because I honestly feel like this is one of the first books that I have seen where they've actually put every single picture in color, for the description, instead of just kind of doing some of them and then they go to the written, aspect, or, like this is actually a really good book. So, and they also do the spreads at the bottom, at the end of this book as well, okay? Now, as you can see, some of the words are misspelled, and again, that's kind of what you get when you get an Amazon deck. But like I said, it was a gift, a Christmas gift from someone like 2 years ago. So I'll take it. So here is the card deck. So these are very like good quality card decks, honestly. Now here's a few things with these cards, okay? Let me tell you guys. Now, I personally, they were so slick. Like, I couldn't even do this at first. They would just fly everywhere. So I've had to do certain things, like, you may have to put some lotion on your hand and thicken them up. So they are thickened up a little bit. And, like, unless you have cards that just fly, like, seriously, I would do like this and they would just fly everywhere. And even when I shuffle sometimes and then I split the deck, do you see? Like, I almost just lost it all. Like, so, you got to be wary about that too, I guess, with some of the reflective decks. Now, I'm sure with, I know that there's like a reflective tarot, which I don't have. I don't have that yet. But I'm sure that the card stocks that, are with like the big companies and everything, I'm sure that they do not have this problem. But you guys just check the reviews for anything that you buy, of course. Now, there are duplicates of this deck. Like, I have a few duplicates, which again, I'm pretty chill when it comes to cards, because they're cards, right? So if I have two of, some cards, I'm okay. Okay. I have two mini tarot decks, so, it doesn't really bother me. But just to go to what this deck looks like, I just want to show you some of the cards, okay? So this is the Nine of Pentacles. It is really cool to kind of just like put them out because they do look actually really cool, especially if you're recording or doing readings for people and stuff like that. Like this, it's really cool. But of course, you just get the traditional tarot. You get the traditional tarot deck here. I think they're just fun. Like I said, with the tarot deck reviews, you guys are going to get kind of like a more of a like, more of a, there's only so much with tarot, right? When you do, or when I do oracle deck reviews, you guys are going to clearly be like, oh, these are cool because these are talking about love, or these are talking about this or that. But tarot decks are always going to basically be practically the same. So these reviews may be a little shorter. However, I do like this card deck. Like I said, I wouldn't probably buy it as like a brand new tarot reader, only because how slippery they are and how, like, you know, they're a little all over the place. But I will say, if you do see this on my Amazon list and you actually get it, the book is great. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I do just like the colors. I don't really have many pink tarot decks, which is probably why one of my siblings gifted this to me a couple years ago, and I'm finally actually using this deck like on my channel, so it's pretty cool. But overall, I like the quality. It's awesome. I like how reflective these cards are. Like I said, it's always going to be a little hit or miss when you get something off of Amazon. However, if you like a reflective deck and just to kind of switch it up, that's just, you know, those are the tips that I have. So if you have reflective decks, let me know personally if they're all really slippery or if it's just this deck. And if you have this deck, let me know what you think. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for being here. I do really appreciate it. And thank you all for watching.